tudo bem com vocês? Eu falo com vocês hoje de Astana, no Cazaquistão, onde está acontecendo um fórum internacional. Astana foi a capital da Expo 2017, é uma cidade progressista, futurista, e estão presentes vários líderes mundiais. Não apenas os líderes, como várias autoridades de todo o mundo, e o evento é apoiado pela ONU, pelas Nações Unidas e por várias outras organizações importantes. Durante o programa eu vou mostrar para vocês aí tudo o que está acontecendo aqui neste importante evento que reúne pessoas de todo o mundo. Muito obrigada.
Kazakhstan has long been a crossroad between East and West, North and South. In many ways, this forum is consistent with the culture and history of the Great Eurasian Steppe. We take pride in this heritage. It is from this continuous exchange of goods, cultures and ideas that Kazakhstan's unique national identity and its particular brand of multilateralism have emerged. Despite geopolitical upheavals, Kazakhstan keeps serving as an economic engine in and for Central Asia. We continue to attract significant foreign investment and provide exceptional conditions to do business in Kazakhstan.
O Cazaquistão tem uma longa história de avanços em relações internacionais construtivas, atuando como uma ponte entre o Oriente e o Ocidente. Por meio do Astana International Forum, foi possível construir novas pontes e fortalecer laços. O Astana International Forum foi criado para responder os desafios globais, priorizando a cooperação como um princípio central de um sistema internacional funcional. O fórum foi realizado com o respaldo do presidente do Cazaquistão, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, em 8 e 9 de junho de 2023, na cidade de Astana, e serviu como uma plataforma para que os eminentes representantes de governos, organizações internacionais, empresas, acadêmicos, jornalistas dialoguem para buscar maneiras de enfrentar desafios como mudanças climáticas, escassez de alimentos, segurança energética e muitos outros assuntos que foram discutidos. O programa O Mundo Diplomático foi convidado para participar e marcou presença. Seguem então as entrevistas realizadas durante o Fórum Internacional de Astana de 2023. Sir, thank you so much for being here in my program O Mundo Diplomático today. I'm speaking to you from Kazakhstan and our program is going to go to Brazil. I would like to ask you, what are the relations between Kazakhstan and Brazil now, and what are the plans for the future?
It's a pleasure for me to be with your program, and I hope your program will acquaint our Brazilian friends about Kazakhstan. And I wish you, of course, good luck staying here in Kazakhstan and seeing as much as possible in order to enlighten our friends in your country. I should say that this year we celebrate 30 years of diplomatic relations between the two countries, and it's quite a milestone, I should say, because 30 years is not a very short period of time. It's a long time. But what is good, what is nice about it is that our relations are growing in a very steady, stable, and progressive way. I should say that looking at the history of our relations, almost from the first days of our independence, we have established very strong political, economic, and social, cultural relationship between the two countries, though we are too far from each other. And distances, of course, play its role. But at the same time, I think, the willingness of people to communicate, to connect, it remains a main conduit for growing bilateral relations.
I agree. We have a big geographic distance, but we are close to each other. I feel Kazakh people very close to Brazilian people, friendly and nice.
Sure, absolutely. And we're meat eaters, I should say.
Yes,
Both two countries likes very nicely prepared dish from meat, and you grow and we grow cattle, and I think in many respects, two countries are very similar to each other, with hospitality, with temper of the people, willingness to talk to each other, continue the dialogue. So during this 30 years, we had these political consultations, visits of heads of state, ministers, different other representatives of different,
many areas,
bodies in many areas, and I'm very much heartened that distances didn't prevent us from developing those successful relationships.
And what do you think we could do more for the future? What do you expect for this relation between these both countries for the future?
I should say that it's not only bilaterally, but multilaterally. We cooperate very actively. I just 2 days ago returned from BRICS meeting in South Africa.
Yeah.
And your minister participated in this meeting as one of the founding members of this very growing and influential organization.
Yeah, I have interviewed our Minister of Foreign Affairs 3 weeks ago. He is very keen of the idea of making BRICS even stronger.
So Kazakhstan would like to join this grouping, and that was the aim of my trip. And we discussed with your minister different ways how we can continue working together, because Brazil has very strong history in non-proliferation issues and disarmament issues. We are of the same character. We have, very strong positions on those issues. And of course, both countries would like to work for the well-being of their own nations and the world. And I think this is very important, because we're not working only for our national interests. We're working for the interests of the rest of the world. As for the perspectives, I would say we have quite an interesting development of relations. For example, agriculture is very much promising area. We would like to work in engineering sphere, science area, and would like to build the relation between the leading universities of two countries. Also, Kazakhstan is supplying uranium to Brazil, because Kazakhstan is the largest uranium producing country in the world.
Oh, right.
So, and we are winning the tenders for providing the fuel. Plus to this, of course, Kazakhstan has quite resources in rare earth metals, which are important today for green economy. And today we all understand that greening our economy, caring for our environment, means sustainability. But sustainability comes with economic growth as well. And we can help each other to grow in the world markets if we really utilize the whole potential which our countries possess. You are the biggest country and our key trading partner in Latin America. Here in this region, Kazakhstan is the largest and the most advanced country in this area. I just would like to say that 70% of all investments coming to Central Asia, they come to Kazakhstan. From time of our independence, it's 30 years. In 30 years, we actually increased our economy 21-fold. And we attracted around 370 billion US investment from 120 countries. I know that your country is also very promising from investment point of view. So we can really work together and see how we can continue working together. So bilaterally, there are good perspectives for that, and multilateral as well, because as I've just met with your minister and we discussed lots of issues which actually concerns COVID-19 situation, that we have to unite our efforts on that. We have to help reform UN structures, because those are the big issues which we need today in order, to bring better life for everybody. This is things which we are talking about, and I think it's very good that both of the countries are very constructively looking at their relationship. And of course, people-to-people contacts. We launched the Kazakhstan Library in Brazil, where we're trying to introduce our own culture, our own history to Brazilian people, to Brazilian citizens, for them to understand a bit mentality of our people. Plus to that, we of course would like to see that the friendship group Kazakhstan-Brazil also grow further.
Oh yes, I am a member of the friendship group of Kazakhstan and Brazil, and I'm sure that our ambassador, Kazakh ambassador, there is working a lot, because we always have meetings and he's trying to improve this relation.
Yes, we would like to improve the relations.
Much more. Of course, we have 30 years back of diplomatic relations, but we are improving much more.
And I should say that it has its own dynamism. It's growing, and that's good. Even you're coming here and being part of the events here and meeting people, discussing some issues. I think that will be a very good help for people in Brazil to understand who we are, what we're doing in this part of the world. Of course, Kazakhstan was and remain the Silk Road connecting route between the geopolitical centers, between knowledge centers, between Asia and Europe. And of course, it's not only Asia and Europe which we are looking at. We are looking at the rest of the world, and Latin America is a very interesting continent. I actually visited your country as well. You built your capital, Brasilia. New capital, you see, we have a new capital as well. So even in this, we are continuing to be kind of reflecting each other. And it's a great experience that we have a lot to share about our experiences.
Yes. So I wish for this relation all the best, and I will be one of the Brazilians helping to get the both countries more close to each other. Thank you so much for your consideration, for your interview, and I hope to see you in Brazil also.
Thank you very much, and hope to visit your country again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You visited already, yeah?
Yes, I visited. I was in your country. I was in Rio de Janeiro.
Nice.
We actually were preparing the big event in Rio. It's Expo, I think it was in Rio. It was quite a huge...
Which year was it? 2016?
Yes, I think it was 2016. No, even earlier than this. It was 2010, 13, I was Deputy Foreign Minister at that time, and I visited Rio. It was environmental, actually, conference.
Yes, I know. There was
Rio
a big event there in Rio.
20, I think.
Okay, but it's always time to come back again.
Sure, absolutely. And I thank you that you are the bridge. You're bringing the knowledge.
Yes, and I must tell you, I was considered by the Chinese media one of the BRICS voice in Brazil also, because I've been to China, also invited by the government. So I'm working very actively with the BRICS community also. And I hope Kazakhstan gets in the BRICS.
I was joking a meeting with the current chair of BRICS, South African minister. I said, in BRICS, if you look at from English language, there is missing K. Because if you put K there, it would be just bricks,
K of Kazakhstan.
building the house, the building of bricks. So I said, probably our country is missing there. So you have to put K in order to be the building block.
Good idea. I hope
but for us, it's a very important development. We think that lots should be and must be done to stabilize the geopolitical situation in the world. But I think people are the main, resource for our relationship. And for Kazakhstan especially, in this region, Kazakhstan is a center of all activities. It is a very advanced economy, and we are the helping hand to our neighbors to continue to develop. And we can be the conduit for other countries to come, start business or working here, and then it could open new vistas for development.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for your visit. I hope your visit will be successful here, productive, and looking forward to see you maybe in Brazil.
Yes.
Probably very soon. I'm planning to visit Brasilia. So hopefully we can see each other.
Thank you. I must say thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for talking to me, and hope to see you there.
Surely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Minister, could you tell us a little bit about the plans for Kazakhstan? How do you want the economy to grow? What are your plans, economic plans for Kazakhstan, exporting, especially for America and Latin America?
Mm-hmm. So our plan to grow by at least 5% a year starting from this year, and of course diversify the economy to go away as far as we can, from just an oil and gas sector. Of course, the potential projects will be implemented, and the more FDI will come for our oil and gas sector and mineral sector. But at the same time, of course, we want to develop the manufacturing. And if we talk about, for example, about our partners in Latin America, for example, Brazil has such a potential. So, and by the way, Brazil also is partially similar to Kazakhstan when it created a new capital, Brasilia, and just moved it from.
That's where we just come from. We come from Brasilia.
Yeah, you come from Brasilia, so it's a new city, which is, I think it's not
63.
Okay, and our capital is just 25 years old as being a capital. Well, in general, I think we can trade in manufacturing. In the agriculture, because in some beef is imported from Brazil, and in new technologies, and I think in minerals as well, and doing some mutual energy projects. So since our economies are pretty much the same, but there are some differences regarding the population density. So we have just only 20 million of our population, but of course a great potential. And since we want to trade with Latin America, with Northern America, so there will be a special place, of course, for Brazil, since they are a large economy. I think the largest economy on the continent in Latin America, right?
Yeah, it's the largest in Latin America, and we have 200. Yeah, we have also by the population 220 million people. Anyway, thank you so much for the interview. Wish you the best of luck with the relations, and hope to see you in the BRICS.
Yeah, thank you.
E eu falo agora com o embaixador do Brasil no Cazaquistão, que está presente aqui no Fórum Internacional de Astana, o senhor Rubem Barbosa, que vai falar um pouco para a gente sobre as relações do Brasil com o Cazaquistão e sobre a presença aqui do Brasil neste fórum. Embaixador, seja muito bem-vindo ao programa Mundo Diplomático de hoje, aqui comigo, Fabiana Serran. Agradeço a sua disponibilidade de nos conceder essa entrevista, que também foi indicada pelo governo cazaque, e isso demonstra o respeito que eles têm também pelo Brasil e pelas relações. E a minha pergunta para o senhor é: como estão hoje, a que pé estão as relações do Brasil com o Cazaquistão?
Olha, as coisas vão bem. Claro que profissionalmente eu tenho sempre que dizer que deviam estar melhores. Mas não há realmente o que reclamar, não. Eu trabalho também muito em conjunto com a Embaixada do Cazaquistão em Brasília e nós, de braços dados, temos feito o possível para avançar cada vez mais na relação. Eu estou aqui há 3 anos, 2 anos sob Covid, de modo que isso naturalmente criou alguns desafios para que a relação avançasse mais depressa ainda. Mas o mundo voltou a viver mais próximo do normal e a relação também. De modo que eu estou vivendo uma nova época e muito entusiasmado com o momento.
E o que o senhor acha que ainda pode ser ainda explorado, vamos dizer assim, nessas relações? Eu vi muito potencial aqui, não conheci o Cazaquistão, e sabemos também que o Brasil é uma grande potência, cheia de recursos naturais, e também estamos avançados aí nas áreas de sustentabilidade, direitos humanos. O Brasil é um país que tem avançado bastante. O que o senhor acha que pode ser, vamos dizer assim, trocado nessas relações?
Olha, é a única embaixada que nós temos brasileira na Ásia Central e acho que vai continuar sendo assim durante muito tempo. De modo que a minha visão é de que essa é uma embaixada brasileira que vai crescer, que vai ter história. Ela foi aberta em 2006 por todas essas razões que a senhora mencionou. A relação ela é muito econômica. E os dois países, têm muito em comum na área da economia. Mas eu aí diria que nós temos um pouco mais em termos de experiência, em termos de know-how, mas precisaríamos estar mais presentes. Nós vivemos uma época no Brasil de recessão, depois de pandemia, que naturalmente atrasou um pouco que desejos ambiciosos e justos fossem realizados com essa parte do mundo. É preciso que nós estejamos mais presentes aqui. Acho que há um consenso tanto do lado cazaque quanto do lado brasileiro. Eu estou fazendo todo o possível para, nesse ambiente, avançar até onde der. E acho que, como se vê aí, dada a presença internacional, inclusive vendo vários dos meus colegas presentes aqui, nós simplesmente não podemos nos dar o luxo de estar ausentes dessa região.
Exatamente, concordo. E, embaixador, a minha última pergunta para o senhor é: como o senhor vê este fórum agora sendo realizado aqui no Cazaquistão, falando sobre a perspectiva assim, do Cazaquistão agora, a importância para eles da realização desse fórum e recebendo assim presença de líderes internacionais? Eu vi aí jornalistas de vários países. Como que o senhor vê essa abertura assim, do Cazaquistão para o mundo?
Olha, justiça seja feita. O Cazaquistão faz um grande esforço diplomático e diplomacia é muito aparência também. Quer dizer, você acaba vendendo uma imagem do seu país que muitas vezes é o que você pretende que ele venha a ser e não o que ele é ainda no momento. Mas isso é muito positivo. E justiça seja feita, o Cazaquistão vem fazendo um grande trabalho nesse sentido desde que se tornou independente. Isso tem resultado em um avanço econômico extraordinário nesses 31 anos desde que se tornou independente, e acho que é um modelo que a gente só pode, vamos dizer assim, cumprimentar. E a presença aqui de gente de todos os recantos do mundo, acho que comprova o que eu estou dizendo. De novo, é mais uma razão para que nós estejamos mais presentes aqui, porque o país realmente está vivendo um momento de ouro e não parece que isso vai acabar tão cedo.
Muito legal. Embaixador, eu agradeço a sua presença aqui mais uma vez e desejo sucesso aí nas relações entre Brasil e Cazaquistão. É um país que eu já conheço, já tem alguns anos, eu quero dizer, conheço lá de Brasília, conheço os embaixadores. Fui convidada antes da pandemia, mas não deu certo por causa da pandemia e pude vir agora. Eu estou impressionada, eu já estive na região, no Azerbaijão, em outros países e realmente me impressionei com o progresso. Só vi tudo acontecendo de bom e, como o senhor falou, é um país que quer chegar mais longe. E eu espero que o Brasil seja parte também deste progresso e que nós façamos muito bons negócios.
Podemos fazer boas coisas juntos e querer é poder. Eu acho que nós temos que ter essa mesma atitude também. Jogando junto, acho que chegaremos longe.
Exatamente. Muito obrigada, bom trabalho, sucesso aqui na sua missão. Muito obrigada.